as we will open with the party, as I'm going to just give the opening spiel. Welcome everyone to the first session of 13 Chains, 13 Seals. The beginning of what hopefully will be a long-running campaign, should all things work out. Now, if your party would please do me a favor, you could change your names on display at the bottom of the screen to your character names for easy memory for me.
No, I don't want it.
I would do that if I knew how. Have
Go
I
over
mentioned
to the,
I?
you know where the compendium is, where you got your spells?
Okay.
You see the
all the way to the
cogwheel?
right to the
Click the
cog.
cogwheel.
Okay.
Then you'll see display name. Change that out and boom.
Now, set that to loop.
I'm not seeing anyone come live. Oh, nope, now it shows up. Didn't even send me the notification.
There we go. You'll place your tokens
God, I hate you.
around the 3 tables here and the bar.
Okay. How do I switch my display picture to my character?
You would not be able to do that unless
You'd
you
have to
physically
change
went
your-
in and changed it.
You'd have to change your Roll20 account profile.
Do not worry about it.
Which Lydia doesn't display pictures anyway, so don't worry about it, because she's like me. And fuck pictures
Chesney
for
is
everyone.
accurate size actually for this map, so
Thank you, Dedicus, for the host. You're welcome, Lydia.
yes.
And
thank you,
yes,
Chesney.
I'm putting the mount on there as well because that'll be a bit bigger, but it'll be there as well. Basically sat near her. Make it yeah.
It's probably
basically-
laying down next to the table.
Yeah, and Chitty's got an
hold on.
occasional hand going down and like stroking it on the head or
Oh.
something.
Small character still occupies a 5-foot square.
Yes, they do.
Fair enough. Alright. Our young friend here who has returned home recently from his excursions. And then I just
Mhm.
need 2 more.
Yep, I'm trying to see where the door is. I don't want my back to the door.
I would suggest the Dorovan is likely behind the bar.
Then place Dorovan here. Alright. You're probably helping tend bar with your father, Hogor.
Do we get
As usual.
Yeah. Alright. So we open our story on a cold winter's night in the city of Frostveil. Many of our party don't really know each other that well. They only really met as children for the most part. Some are family. Others have been away for a long time. And yet they come together this evening in the Tavern of the Grinning Orc, owned by the local proprietor of Hrogor. The brilliant alchemist who has managed to corner the market on a special brew he has concocted. It's a cold night. And while some of you have been home for a couple of weeks, some of you have only been home for a couple days. Corin. Nathan?
Huh?
Corin, your character?
No, that's not my character. Mine's
Oh.
Ramel.
Sorry.
Yeah, you just saying corn, I'm like,
My brain's like, wait,
I don't speak for other
what?
people.
Sorry, it's gonna take a moment. Ramel, you recently arrived home 2 days ago. After a trek from a nearby village, after you had been plane shifted home, arriving in the snowy village in a burst of fire.
Burst of fire and a big shit-eating grin.
As you had just completed your training as a kinetic knight in the City of Brass. You now sit at the
Yeah.
tavern. You now sit at the tavern table with one of Hrogor's wonderful ales in front of you, listening to the idle chatter of the room. The guards behind you have made no small noise about the fact that only it's been about 2 weeks, and that it might happen again. They all seem
Gonna try and-
tense, and the air in the room seems less active than it would be on a cold night like this, with a warm fire, excellent alcohol, and food. And I'm going to open this up to the party to do what they wish for next little bit.
Let's say Ramel would immediately, as he pulls out a cigar and lights it with just his thumb, just try to sense motive on the guards to see what are they trying to get at by whispering like this to each other? Are they scared? Are they being melancholy about a situation? Or are they just trying to spread information along without scaring everybody else?
Alright. Good enough. As you watch them, you eye them, you see that the guards in the room are indeed actually quite nervous. As you hear them mutter that each time this has been getting worse.
Yes.
Yes, Shezzy.
She's not even like listening to the guards. She just got a plate of food because she's not eating for like half a day or something. She's shoveling food into her mouth.
Ah, yes. That makes sense for you. You've recently spent about half a day configuring your mount. After he recently developed a glitch in which he tried to dig a hole in the floor of the tavern, damaging his front claws.
And she's just going next. She's also looking at the man and saying, "Next time, shovel claws."
Procor looks up. No, Shezzy. Next time, claw covers.
Dad, right.
Okay.
Or we make sure that.
Dorvan,
Or we make sure that.
Dorvan, Dorvan chuckles at his sister and leans towards the guard across the bar from him as he offers the gentleman a hot bowl of the usual inn stew. A fine mixture of vegetables, herbs, and meat, and everything else you might expect to find in the local environs. Dorvan is going to attempt a diplomacy check to convince the guard to tell him what has been going on that got him nervous.
Alright. Roll with a +2 since you're offering him not only the tavern's specialty, but the fact that it is Doravan offering it. Wait. Oh, you added a plus in the column. Roll again without that plus. Just put in 2.
Oh. Hold on. I can do the math there, because that was a really good roll, and I'd like
Oh.
to keep it.
Actually, yeah, that's
29 is the total roll.
You see him look up at you. His eyes light up as he takes the bowl in his hands. He stops shaking a little from nervousness and begins to eat. And after a few bites, he looks at you. Well, young Dorvan, it's... I suppose you haven't heard of it. Recently there have been these skeletons and zombies, and they keep coming to the town walls. They've never been able to get in, but there've been more and more of them each time. It's a matter of time before they break in.
Do you have any idea where they're coming from, lad?
Not entirely. All we know is that they're coming from the east. Always the east.
Oh,
And with increasing frequency.
Well, that seems like something that we should have the whole town on about. That seems like a serious issue.
The captain would be up on the wall, but he's resting over there by the fire. He's been up there for hours. As he motions over to the...
I'll get the captain a bowl of soup, and Dorvin ladles up a hefty double helping of the stew and heads over towards the captain as the guard points him out.
Alright. As you approach, you would see the familiar figure of the, I'd say he's about 8.5 foot tall Goliath man of Captain Jemai Frosthammer. Alright, Ramel. Kroger will pull those from the tap with a flourish and hand them off to you.
Alright. I'd just be simply heading over to start trying to entice the guards to tell me what's wrong. Basically sits down like I'm a friend, passes all three of them out. That's all I'm doing for right now.
You can make a
You don't have to explain
diplomacy
anymore.
without...
Well, you would then likely arrive at the table with the drinks at the same time that Dorvin shows up and puts a hefty plate of food in front of the guard captain.
Oh no, he's over by the
Leans
fire.
over.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
In other direction. So I'm over
individuals,
here.
He's the unique looking armored one. Yeah.
Thank you. I have corrected it.
Yes. You'd know him well. He's known as a stern individual, but kind. A retired adventurer, from what the town has always said about him. You recognize the well-worn stone plate he's wearing. Oh, Dorva.
Captain, I've heard your men are having a rough time up there. You
Yes.
need me to go out and give you some extra time with healing your men?
Mm.
You know I'm always reliable for it.
Perhaps.
Holding out the bowl of soup to the captain. Or stew, really. Not soup by any stretch.
The captain will take the bowl in one hand and begin to drink the stew.
Like you
Hopefully
do.
tonight will not be one of those nights, for it is bitter cold. And as for you, Ramel, with diplomacy like that, the guards calm down and they're like, it's nothing for you to worry about, lad. But thank you for the ale.
Okay,
Maybe
they're
the
gonna
rough
just
steel
slap
arms
his
a
hand on the
bit.
table, like jokingly, like, "Oh, you don't recognize me? I'm Mel, Darnell and Isabella's kid. Been gone for about over 10 years now. I'd like to know what's going on in the town. If it got you guys scared."
Oh, you mean Sister Isabella? Lovely woman she is. I suppose we could do you a favor. Well, you see, there's been a bit of a problem at the wall. You didn't hear this from us. As they'll relay similar information to what the guard at the bar relayed to Doravan.
Okay. And so my character's just passing cigars to him, leaning in to whisper each time they try to say something, like I'm giving them a cigar.
Yep. So, Koran,
Yeah.
Alex, would you two like to do anything?
Yeah. Alex is gonna start off with a pleasant conversation with the guard captain, finding out what's the word around after they've been gone for a couple years now at this point. See what's changed.
Doravan would help with this since he is already present at this and assist in getting Alex a full recoup of what's going on in town.
Alright. What is the expression on Doravan's face at the moment?
Pleasant. It's a quiet night. There's been bad news, but there's been bad news before.
Alright. Well, Alex, you would see the captain lean back a bit. You probably wonder how the heck this man could be comfortable in a suit of armor made out of stone. But
I mean, stone's probably like a second set of skin to him.
yeah. As he takes another big gulp from the bowl, chews and swallows, and says, "Well, not much has changed. At least in the last couple of years. A few stores have closed, new ones have opened. The main thing is in the last few months. As you can see, as Dwarven seems to have figured out, we've been having a bit of an undead issue. For the past 6 months, we've been having small attacks from the east on the eastern wall, with increasing frequency and numbers. I've been up on the wall nearly every night that has happened. Our archers are able to take most of them, but we've had a few instances where they nearly climbed over the wall.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
My good captain, it seems like you need some folks to go see what's east of here that is causing this problem.
I would, but the mayor will not permit it. He wants us to hold up until it ends. I don't know why.
Yes. Yes.
I've known the man for years.
Well, Captain, I would like to point out that I regularly go east about this time of year. Why would the mayor stop me if it's no extra danger that it's not worth having some men go out? I'll take a south road, but I have to go east. I know some. I could get together a group to see if we could figure out what's going on over there, without any of the guard having to give up their post.
One moment. I need to do something.
Yes.
Well,
I don't know if it's something that you'd be surprised with, but Shizzy's finally finished the food and lets out this loud belch. That doesn't sound ladylike at
Shizzy,
all.
manners.
The
Yummy!
The captain just laughs. Ah,
Kid was
it's
just
much like what would be
Yummy.
considered manners in
Yummy.
my tribe. Let me see
I
here.
see the people haven't changed here, Captain.
Yes. We are still a very close-knit people.
And after a moment, Shizzy just sticks out a tongue at Donovan.
Alright. So, at that, as Shezzy sticks out her tongue, as the captain says those words, and Doravan gives her a look, and Rumel blows a smoke ring towards Shezzy, you hear cacophony of warning bells, as the guards immediately go stiff and begin to get out of their seats. The captain sets his bowl down next to the chair. I'm sorry, it seems I must go. And picks up
Would
his helmet.
Shizzy recognize the warning bell?
Oh yes! This is...
Doravan knows the warning bells, and considering that he is one of the town's healers, his immediate response is to whistle for Huronk the Donk and head out on the street and start heading for the direction of where the warning bell came from.
It's coming from the eastern wall. As the captain is going to look
I
at the
figured
tavern,
it was.
looks at the young folk. You young folk who have recently arrived. I'm sorry to ask you this, but I ask that you join us at the eastern wall. We're going to need all the manpower we can get.
Unlearn power. Shizzy adds.
He puts his helm on and begins to head out the door.
Aye.
Not much. He's not one for semantics.
Yes.
Aye, any of you that come along, I'll make sure that you stay upright and above ground, you know? I mean,
Alex is already on their way out the door. As soon as the bells rang, it was, nope, I'm going over there.
yeah. Doravan yells that as he pelts out the door at full speed. Which is, you know, not quite as fast as everyone. All of the tall folk.
Yes. At that moment, Shizzy will climb onto her mount and as well, using the mount as her speed.
Alright.
Does anyone have coconuts here?
No.
No?
This is not a
I
tropical
say, as
climate.
soon as the captain asks for help, my character takes the cigar and puts it in his palm. You got it, and starts heading out.
As now, I will take you to
And
this.
and the only thing you hear is she rides out the door. It's yeehaw!
Hold on.
Yes.
There are no
No.
coconuts. You have to remember, this is not Shizzy's mount is not a horse. It is a wolf.
Yeah, but it's metal.
There's like,
It still
yeah.
clings and clangs.
just imagine like there's a bike attachment that basically works like that, like two coconuts banging together. So I just imagine you just have two things that resemble coconuts just banging together. So, oh, it's a horse. No, it's a wolf.
Alright. So, the party may position themselves anywhere here in front of the gate, or up here on the wall, as they wish. As the party arrives, they will see that Captain
Drop
Frosthammer
the wolf on. I'll
is
I'll
already
drop the wolf
positioning
on the
himself at the top
sheet.
of the wall.
I'll drop the wolf on the sheet and assume that it's both of them, just as one thing. Okay?
Alright, you're riding your wolf. Good enough.
Yeah.
And to those who recognize the captain, you'll see that he is stringing a bow that is about as
That
big as
is a
he
lot
is.
bigger than it was supposed to be.
There you go.
I don't know why it was that big.
Would you do me a favor and shrink that little guy down to the proper size for a tiny?
There you go.
Down here. He is currently there.
Yep, 1 sec, I'm actually going to go into his sheet and set the token to that.
Thank
Yep,
you.
that's actually what I was about to start doing for everyone.
There, now he's got a tiny token.
Yeah.
That's not the only thing tiny.
Hooronk, being the crazy donkey that he is, has followed me up on the wall.
Alright. Now, they let you out the front as the doors close behind you for the moment. The archers have their bows drawn. As the captain behind you asks the guards, "They you gear to hear the report from one of the guards?" "So, we saw movement. Something's not right. Damn it, they're here tonight." As you guys may, you are all entitled to a perception check.
Okay.
Yay, perception. I think that's actually one of my better skills.
I know I have some ranks in it, so I'm not going to be too bad off.
I've got some ranks in it, so I'm not too bad off.
Wow.
Alright.
I didn't roll shit. That's a surprise.
Alright. So, Korem, Doravan. You don't see anything terribly amiss. Rumel, Shezzy, Alex. You, on the other hand, begin to see the snow shake. As from the snow,
White Walkers.
They begin to burst as they have been noticed. Letting out a ghastly rattle and horrific noise from their rotted larynxes.
Yay, fun.
As I'm just gonna grab the correct sheets for these.
Give me a second. I need to reload the Roll20 page.
Go ahead.
I'm guessing the words of roll for initiative come to mind.
Well, while you're getting that set up,
I will get the
I'm gonna
initiative
go
tracker up.
take a quick little potty break.
Alright, be quick.
I'm always quick.
We'll wait.
As
We'll wait for others before doing it.
For those who are here, feel free to roll your initiative.
I don't know why it didn't put me on the sheet properly, but that might be why, because that might be why it didn't put me on the sheet, because I haven't put Shezzy's thing on there, have I?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's why, but I did roll properly.
Ooh. These initiatives are not looking good.
Cannot take it, Captain.
I don't know why it's not why it's overlaying her on top when I wanted to. Yeah, just I don't know, but you have to re-roll, and then you'll fix it.
Alright.
Give me 2 seconds and I can roll my initiative, because I'm the last one.
Yep.
You have to re-roll my initiative, and then you'll fix it for what I got. Or have you already had my thing?
Well, I'm probably in the best position for a healer to be in.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Ironic.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes.
That's okay, though.
What? Why no vote?
Alright.
What? No valid token was selected. I keep getting that.
You click on your token.
Yep.
Now go click on the button. Without clicking on anything except the things to get to the button you need to push.
Alright.
That should
I
have
will
done
set
it.
it to that 23. As you did roll that initially.
Sort of
And
trying
you're
to-
gonna
Or the
need that
19
roll.
he rolled initially.
Alright, that 19 then.
Fuck. These things move
I was trying-
before me. I don't like that.
How the devil?
Because apparently, and I'm just gonna say this because they're a CR 1/3 monster, I don't care. Apparently skeletons have improved initiative.
Huh.
Like, I was astonished to learn that when I set them up.
I'm kind of astonished to learn that. That's something else.
Anyway,
Didn't know that.
the group units will be working in groups. Is everyone on the initiative?
Yeah.
Well, I believe we all are.
Good. Then, Begone Tavern music.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun dun dun.
So the question is, who moves first? Is it Shezzy or is it?
Wait, hold on. Before we start this, I forgot to ask this question earlier. How high is the wall?
Not terribly, it's at most 20 feet.
Okay. That's 1d6 damage if I jump?
Yes. I will allow you to mitigate that entirely if someone catches you.
What about if I jump? What if if I move over to here where it shows that there's heavy snow?
I will let it become a D4.
That is acceptable. Thank you very much.
All right.
The question is, who moves first, Shezzy or
Probably
which one of the-
Shezzy. She has
Which of you
the
two
higher
has the higher
dex.
dexterity?
Who's this
It-
person on the right?
That's Alex.
It's probably Shezzy, because she has the higher dex.
You're on a +3.
All right then.
No, +4. +4. What's
Probably Shezzy, because she has the higher dex.
All right
okay,
then.
Not fine.
So Shezzy will be going first out of
Okay.
the two of you. And just to
Alright.
fix that problem, there.
Yes.
Now, the skeletons, as they rise up, rattle, crack of the ice as they begin to scrape forward. This one raising a claw, taking a swipe at you, Shezzy.
Do I use my mount's dodge? My mount.
It would be you,
thing.
not your mount.
It's going after
Actively
flesh.
And
going-
this is horribly anyway.
Oh,
88.
It
Yeah,
completely
no.
underestimates the fact that you're not that tall as you duck down.
She
The
ducks
second
down.
one.
It goes and swings like you're a medium-sized creature on a large mount and realizes it's aimed about 5 feet above your head.
This one
No,
shambles
she's
forward.
She's a small creature on a medium mount.
Instead of a
And-
medium creature on a large mount.
Meow.
And as it shambles forward, you see the broken scimitar in its hand, bloodied and stained, as it attempts to slash you.
And misses horribly.
She just goes,
Wow, these things. They don't seem to have all of that much of a.
Skeletons are not that impressive. They don't
Those
even have
dice
base attack
rolls are
bonus.
what are unimpressing me.
Like, they're weird.
It's Lydia. She has the curse of Chris when it comes to.
As this one also will take a swipe at Corin with its broken scimitar.
I didn't have that over the laughing.
Corin, though. Corin. You hear a faint whisper from it. Why? This one approaches the warmest thing you can see, taking a claw swipe at it.
Oh my god.
Rumel, does
when
a
they
14 hit?
Actually, that's
Yes,
the
it
question.
does. On the nose.
When we get attacks of opportunity on these things.
They're
No, they
moving
just
into our
entered
threatened
our.
squares.
Yeah, they just moved into it. They did not move through it.
Quick question. If it's 14 on the nose and your AC is 14, wouldn't that mean it missed, but only barely?
I don't know how that works because my AC is 14 exactly.
I roll if it meets,
Right.
it will hit. But if you meet with a save, you pass it because you're defending. Which is a bit
Well,
weird, but it works.
You're defending on an attack as well.
Shizzy flicks
I-
it
I
in
would-
his
I-
hand and
my-
says, "Fight now, talk later."
I can amend it later if it doesn't seem to work well. For now, though. 3
Okay.
slashing damage as it claws across your bare chest. Its cold bones sizzling off your skin.
If I remember correctly, AC works that is the number they need to roll to hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
It says in the rules, meets would break,
Yes.
It's like
which
By
the
the
number
sucks.
below and down is the number that will basically say no, it does not affect. As long as it is the
Yeah.
number and up, it will affect.
By the way, to Koran, Shizzy says what Koran says. Fight now, talk later. Like as if being very on business.
I have one question though. Did we have enough time to cast any spells on our way here?
I will allow you each one cast of a single
Cool.
standard action, nothing longer.
Has Shezzy prepared her bombs for the day, by the way?
You prep those
Alright.
on the fly.
Yeah, you would have all of your materials for that ready. That would
I'm
not be an
saying the
unreasonable.
ordnance thing.
If it counts as your bomb ability, you can make it on the fly. Your character literally just throws two chemicals together and hucks it, or throws it into
No,
their
it's
gun and fires it.
the shooting thing.
Yes, if it works like the bomb
You
feature, they
have-
make it on the fly. They do it on the
Yeah,
fly, so it's
that-
not an issue.
It literally says in the description text that you use your gun's barrel as the crucible to create an alchemical reaction that allows you to fire off this ordnance.
And if it works exactly like a bomb does, you only get it for like a round and then it just completely dissolves, taking away the use of it.
Oh yes.
And like I said, I'm allowing a single cast as you would have rushed to the wall. I'm allowing you the opportunity to think of one thing that you may need.
I have the one spell I need.
It's rounds rounds equal to intelligence modifier in rounds.
The guards are human, yes.
No, D-Man, not
Most of them.
number of rounds you shoot. Rounds is in how long it lasts.
That's how long it lasts.
Let's talk this later.
Intelligence. Yeah.
Number of rounds you
Okay.
can throw a chemical ordnance or number of bullets.
Would light be helpful to the guard?
Well, just one shot then.
Yeah, if you can get a light source out there, I think they'd be quite happy about it.
Dorovan is going to pull off is going to have his gloves off and will have activated his light spell the round before the skeletons appeared.
Alright.
So he has a light spell active on his right hand.
Alright then. I will consider them not shooting into the dark then.
Excellent!
It's funny. That's literally the only other thing I can do. Is literally just use my pyrokinesis to like cast light on something.
Alright.
If you cast light as well, that will make sure that there's better lighting. It will make it better.
Yes.
And like I'd put it on myself just to make sure in case I go missing, follow the light source.
That's a very smart idea.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, you are a giant light source.
Yep.
the skeleton
bright
rushes you,
spot.
Alex. It sees your
No.
fancy clothing. There's a glint, a memory, as it tries to bring down the broken scimitar.
Neener, neener, neener.
The other skeletons kind of mill as their allies are in the way
For now.
for now.
Oh, these are skeletons, right? Yeah, I don't get that. Damn it.
Jesse,
Yes. She's going to shoot.
Little Miss Boom Boom.
There is Boom Boom. Can I have the mount attack something as well, by the way? Like, I attack one, it attacks something else.
It moves on your initiative, so it can attack.
It technically gets its own turn, but it's faster if you have it go with the druid.
I run mounts and animal companions on their partner's initiative.
Yes. I'm going to have the mount attack the one right straight in front of me, or one of them, and she's going to attack the one with the sword.
There you go.
Basically, she shoots the one with the sword, it attacks the one with the claws that tried to attack her.
Alright. Roll the wolf and then roll the gun.
Yeah, melee.
Alright. Roll
Stab.
Roll CMB.
CMB. How do I roll that one?
It's on your sheet.
No, that's
Look up
reading the
wolf.
mount sheet.
Yeah, look up wolf. It has its whole trip ability and CMD calculated for that specific ability.
So CMD, if I can find that.
It would
be next
be
to the
like a
attack
regular
bonus
trip
on
attempt.
your
CMD
creature
10,
sheet.
I don't.
Hold on. Let me
If
help
the
with this.
wolf is going for a trip, it would use CMB.
I'm clicking combat move awareness, and that'd be 16, not 14, because it's got a 0
Good
in
enough.
there.
The skeleton is yanked off its feet as your wolf
Actually-
rips its leg off, shattering the frozen skeleton,
Nom, 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 nom.
destroying it.
And yes, and then Chid's going to attack, going to shoot the one with the sword.
All right.
Saying, BOOM!
Okay. So, you shoot. And you hear the sound of ice shattering as you break a bunch of the ice on the skeleton. But you don't appear to damage it.
This is probably one of the alchemical shots as well.
No, that's a completely separate thing. You would have to
Mhm.
declare it. You
You
have to
didn't
declare it
normal
separately
attack.
to a law.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's touch. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's what point
Bullets
you are.
are bludgeoning, piercing, so
Yes.
Also, range
Okay,
attacks
so
and
there's
melee will provoke attacks of
So-
opportunity.
this one is on its last legs. Oh yeah, do you have a close quarter shooter?
I don't need it. I believe it's part of Elephant in the Room.
You're correct. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, if that's all covered, then yeah.
All right then. So the skeleton, the ice shatters from its body. You see one of its arms drop to the ground.
No boom!
Alex.
No boom!
Alright. Well,
No boom.
No boom!
uh,
That's boom!
if it's a skeleton, I don't get my extra bonus, so, I stab at thee! Hiya!
Yeah.
Nice. You actually. Wow.
Your blade hits
Don't hit
You
hard.
touched it.
as it slides
Good.
between the skeleton's frozen ribs.
Ding, 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 ding.
Trink. Oh wait. Ah,
I
dang it.
don't know yet. I am missing a feat or an enchantment, and then I can start doing shit. Till then, I just poke. Most of my damage comes from other shit.
Fair enough. Bowman. You see the archers of the walls looking down on this, survey things. This fellow over here takes aim. He shoots at the skeleton, blinking its head. It looks at him. This man here. Shoots it in the head. It looks at him. This man
Wouldn't
here
it
misses.
Wouldn't those shots be actually doing, taking it down? Because obviously it's been...
No. We have not made the proper checks to figure out why they are simply just bouncing off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you adding in the advantage for them being higher? I believe it's a +4 for shooting from higher ground to a lower target.
Huh. Fair enough. So that last one would hit and still blink. Thank you for letting me know about that. I was not aware of that.
It's
Just
one of
imagine
those things
5 buckets
every
of filling for one.
archer forgets.
That one blinks. And the last man, you hear a bowstring snap. And the man goes, ah! Fuck! My nose!
Chitty! Chitty realizes that was like the sound of a bowstring she heard. like going bing. It's like she holds a note say, and then mutters, "Simple, simple."
Corin, it is your turn. All right, make your attacks, Corin. First one hits, and this one is severely damaged, and your second attack scrapes off a bunch of the ice.
The sound of metal on ice.
As you're going to hear again from this thing a whisper. So cold. Rumel, my fiery friend.
Yeah. So my character, since he doesn't, this is his first time experiencing, well, people without flesh. So he's going to do his full rigmarole. He's going to attempt to feint it to see if it's intelligent enough to even bother with. As he reaches for what basically looks like a dagger on his hip. Does it look like it's taking?
No.
Does it look like it can? Nope.
It doesn't even look at your hand. It's looking at the
perfect.
fire on your head.
Okay, and then he just kind of like drops his face and then just slashes out with a quick flame blade. So 12 touch.
That hits.
Why do
And-
you have a still playing?
That causes the skeleton's ices form to melt. The bones that were once frozen crack from the heat, and it crumbles into a pile of bone dust.
Just one slash and the blade's gone before I even done swinging my arm.
More of that!
Corin, Rumel, you finally hear from the skeleton. Free!
Free. Ugh.
Yes.
It is now the captain's turn. As he looks
Yes.
out, looks at this skeleton, and takes aim with his composite great bow. You hear a snap, and the sound of a metal bowstring on stone plate. He's gonna need to take a full round action to restring that fucking thing.
So much for trying to be nice to the archers and giving them light.
Dorovan,
They have not hit the broadside of a bar.
I'm up here, and I would guess they would be smart enough to be prepared for broken bowstrings. I'm gonna grab a couple of extra bowstrings they have sitting around in, like, supply containers, and take one to the captain and the other guy and fix the other guy's nose real quick.
alright,
Chris, looks like your crush has
you
been
know what?
passed finally.
I will allow you to
Captain,
do
bring
the
them all.
strings as a move action. Roll me a quick heal on this guy, as you are now over here.
Yeah. I would, actually, I prefer to be there if that's alright.
That's fine. You're in that general area.
Excellent. Works for me, as long as I'm close enough I can actually perform a heal check on the guy.
2 nat 1s in the first fight. That says something for this campaign, boys.
No, it's not one thing. It's not safe.
Not safe for someone, it's safe for us.
Okay, Dorovan, you reach up, grab his nose, and pull it back into place with a crack. Ah!
Ugh.
Ah! Hand in the bowstring and walk away, basically.
I know that hurts now, but it'll stop hurting in about 15 minutes.
Like, no walks up, tug on his coat. Oh, what do you want? Just hold still. Crack. There you go. Here, fix your bow. Walks away.
Oh, Donovan! Like, this is not even something he's not used to.
Exactly. And on top of that, it's the skeletons. This one rushes forward at Shezzy, raising another broken scimitar. 14?
Let me just double check. Is it Shizzy it's going for?
Yes.
Yes.
18. I'd
Okay.
say 18. But anything above below an 18 will miss.
Okay then. You feel the blade as it presses your whiskers down. Not cutting, but coming very close. The skeleton here that you dinged with your gun raises its scimitar and just throws it behind you.
At that's when she loses it for a second and goes.
Koran, you see the skeleton in front of you raise its scimitar as you hear from it, "Give us your warmth," as it rolls a 10 and attempts to swing its scimitar at you.
A 10 hits? Ooh. A 10 hits.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot.
Okay,
Why are you going
He's,
naked?
take 3 slashing damage as its blood splashes off from your wound onto its icy body, steaming off the ice. You hear, "More! More!" as its eyes begin to glow brighter. This
Hey, I don't like that.
one rushes
I
forward
do not like that.
at Rumel and attempts to stab it with the jagged front of the broken scimitar in the belly. His abs
Just
break
scraping with the
inward.
chainmail. This is good chainmail. You know, chainmail. No, stop it. Slapping the blade away. You're gonna scuff it.
Gonna stuff it!
And
Wait,
Alex,
No, don't stab me there.
the one in front of you, whose ribs you tickled, raises a claw and basically just pats you on the head.
He wants to
Little
die.
whispers. That felt nice.
Question. Would the one that attacked what's his face? I'm assuming that like I see him as a bit of a brother as well. Because I'm right next to me. Would I have heard the roar that the skeleton had
It's
said
not a roar,
to
it's a
him,
guttural, raspy whisper.
but I'd have heard it this time.
Yes. These 3 mill about, getting closer. And Shezzy.
Yeah, Shizzy raises a gun, does the thing to do a alchemical shot. What's it called? The ordnance. It says, "You want warmth? I'll give you warmth." Point to the one that just that slashed that slashed. Not trying what his name is. Koran.
Yeah.
And just unloads
All
the
right.
shot.
Roll. Hold on.
If it's what Chris is asking, then I have that answer. I'm doing it.
Okay. Actually, roll your ordnance damage, because it's not the damage of your gun, it's just the damage of the ordnance.
And that's that.
So it takes
another
4 fire damage. Okay.
And 6 bludgeoning and piercing. So 10 damage. And it has a reflex save for
Yeah,
I think
gotta make the reflex for half the fire.
So it takes 2 fire damage.
But the good news is that is enough, as your bullet catches this thing in its eye socket, shattering its skull and carrying its corpse this direction as it shatters to pieces as it flies.
And then Taldar is going to attack the one that was injured before.
All right, roll to hit. That does not hit. He gets some crunchy ice.
Bit of bone
Alex.
left from the last skeleton.
Alex?
Alex? I heard one of the people go offline on Discord,
Uh,
so...
Sanina?
There you go.
No, I'm still here. That was, hey, I just, fuck it. I have to stab these things, because if I cast a spell or anything, I'm screwed over.
Mhm.
I have a shitload of other fucking numbers.
Hmm.
I have 7 other numbers I can roll.
That is some very nice shaved ice.
It's bone flavored too.
Yes. Aim to the bowman. This bowman here is gonna target the injured one again. Enough! Bonk! Knocks its head off, and it falls over into pieces.
Shizzy puts up a thumb at that one.
This bowman here will target the one back here. He doesn't do enough. It now has an arrow caught in its neck between the ice and the vertebrae. This one is gonna shoot this one. You see it chip the bones. As now there is another arrow added to the pincushion. This gentleman
These
will
guys
take
are
another
hedgehogs.
shot. There's a third arrow added to the pincushion, but seemingly no damage. As the other bowman takes a full round action to fix his bow. Corin.
I need to get that feat so I can actually use my dex for damage at this point. I'm getting tired of not being able to deal damage.
Yeah, you seem like you need to go Dexter damage right away. Like,
Dexter
urgently.
damage.
Yeah,
Dexter damage!
I
Alright,
have to remember the
roll
feat.
for it. First attack misses. Second attack.
Is it a rapier you, Dracus?
Okay,
Nope.
yeah. You send this one flying into the tree. Its body
I
shatters.
already have the feat I need.
Rumel, you have this skeleton scrabbling at your chain shirt, trying to get at your stomach, and the warm innards.
Ooh. Will just angle his hand as soon as he conjures the flame blade and just basically penetrate through its head.
It falls as it turns into a pile of bone dust. Free.
And I will spend a move action to get right there to flank.
Very good.
Like, I won't be threatening until I attack, but
You hear
But
muttering in giant from the top of the wall as the captain spends a full round action to fix his bowstring. Doravan.
I would like to make a knowledge religion check to see if I can figure out what's going on here.
You know what? Make the check. Okay. You know, these are skeletons. That's easy enough. You can tell they've been animated by something. But you're not low enough down to hear what they're saying, so... all you can tell is that they've been in the ground for a while and they're covered in ice.
Yeah.
In that they seem to be rather fragile.
Yeah. That I noticed.
But that fragility doesn't seem to extend to weapons that don't seem to bash. That much you can tell. I will give you that
Yeah.
much.
So, I'm gonna put a question to the GM.
Go on.
Would Dorovan have noticed that that fire is fairly
Nope.
effective on them?
I did not roll high enough to have noticed the fire is effective. That was included in the roll I made.
Yep.
Let's continue,
Like-
please. Dorovan doesn't really have much to do up here. I guess, 5, 10, 25, 30. Would it be acceptable if I yelled to Koran and jumped off the wall that he could make a reflex save to catch me?
I will permit him to make a reflex save to catch you.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm moving this 30. Oh wait, no, I only get a 20-foot. Oh, no, I'm only doing a move, so that 30 will be fine. So I'm gonna jump off here and end my turn in that square next to him.
Yep.
It's like,
So, Corin, roll that check real quick. If you fail, he takes fall damage. Yes, reflex. Should be okay at that.
And since he's forewarned, he should get a bonus on that, possibly.
Yes, I will permit him a +2 bonus since you forewarned him. Alright,
Well,
Dorovan.
okay, I'm gonna roll a d6.
Roll a d6.
Can I go to try and grab him?
You land on your
Corin,
butt for
I
3
need
damage.
Catch me! What were you doing?
Again, can I try and grab him with one hand since my one hand is free?
Alright, but you don't get the bonus.
Well, no, he's for. Okay,
I will.
so I apparently am caught up by the hem of my shirt just as I think I'm about to bite the pavement.
Yes. Alright.
You know that daring swashbuckler look?
There you
Alex
go.
is gonna give that to Dorvan, just... Hi.
Thanks, friend.
Alright.
Remind me to get you a bowl of stew later, he says as he looks up at the. I'm guessing you're. What race are you?
Human?
Or at least what race you appear to be human? Okay.
I am human.
Yeah. I look up at the human and I'm like, remind me to get you a bowl of stew when we get back to the inn.
Let's see.
And
All
that
right.
is my act.
Alright then. To the skeletons. This one. Warmth. Warmth.
Oh,
Blood. So,
Oh,
that would be
what
nice
did
if I
Dorovan say
get
again?
it.
Blood.
yes. So, first, Corin. I don't think an 8 hits you. At least I hope an 8 doesn't hit you.
Oh my god. Okay. Doesn't
Yeah,
seem to be
yeah,
good.
he would be the only one an 8 would hit with his luck.
Rumel. 13.
Nope.
Alright. Actually, technically 15.
Then yeah.
1 point of slashing damage.
I just imagine get bonked in the back of the head with basically the cracked edge of the fucking scimitar.
Pretty much.
Ah, God!
Hold on, let me check something because I might have something to stop that from hitting him.
Go ahead.
I don't think. Nope, I don't. It's only a personal spell. I was trying, man.
Oh my god. It's actually funny. Corey would be hit on an 8 if he was raging. Then you get -2 for being enraged.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Good thing he wasn't enraged.
dude, you're a
Oh, he's
barbarian.
at
Put
10
on some
because-
clothes.
No, that makes sense why he's at 10. He is raging.
Oh yeah. You're a barbarian. You can wear some armor.
Yeah.
He's a blood rager.
Honestly, none of you should be
Oh.
wearing less armor than Doravan, and he's got a chain shirt.
That's same here. That's all I got.
Shizzy's got a studded leather, but she can't wear medium.
I've got hide. A hide shirt
Change
specifically.
Ah,
Chain shirt is a light armor.
anyway,
Oh well, we'll figure it out later.
you got something, Alex, or no?
No, it's a personal spell.
Okay. Next one.
When I get to enchant stuff, then it'll work.
Since it's broken, I won't count that as a crit, but that is 21 to hit.
That will hit.
6.
Ow.
Man, they just like hitting you.
I know,
you-
right? I'm like
as
the only one that
blood you are
consistently hit.
splashing over them sizzles off of them.
God, like my blood looks like it's about to like shoot up in smoke just because it's so cold out.
Yeah. As you hear them now, Doravan, the quiet, raspy, warm, more, warm, more, as the third one swings with a 10.
Wait, how does it get a 10? It's not flanking.
It's one. I know. I guess that one. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right then. So Shezzy.
Yeah, Shizzy's gonna can see the attack that's happening over here. Gonna attack that one with the gun because it can reach that from that far,
Hold on.
and the mount's gonna attack that one.
Elephant in the room. Does it cover
Yes.
shooting into melee?
Yes, and I have a feat to
Okay. Then go
beat that
ahead.
as well.
Hold on. You realize using a ranged attack in front of someone provokes, right?
Yeah, that's what I tried saying. But he said he had something to ignore that.
I
Yeah.
said I'm gonna attack the. Actually, yes, the beast is gonna attack the one closer first.
There you go.
There you go.
Just
There you
order
go.
your attacks accordingly.
Science.
Anyway, roll it. That does not hit. Your wolf crunches down and gets some crunchy ice. It's bone meal flavored, his favorite.
Too bad he can't taste.
And with that, the skeleton in front of you will get an attack of opportunity. Scimitar for an 8. And this one, you crack its skull. As now there is a big old crack running over one of the eye sockets. Alex.
I wouldn't get my sneak attack on these things, right?
You would not. They are undead.
No, I'm technically not wielding a weapon right now. So the blade goes away after I attack with it. So I'm just standing there to keep them from piling up on you. So you can
It
try
doesn't
to do
matter to
something.
me. The only damage I would get is sneak attack unless somehow the dice gods decide to give me something decent. Because other than that, I could. No, I can't even do that because that's a spell and it's not attacking.
I should toss you my metal flute so you could beat him with that.
No, work it.
Yeah, you could. Oh, that works. As
Well, that
you,
worked.
as when you swing, you sever the base of its spine at the bottom of its rib cage. Its top half falls off. Its legs turn left and right, and then crumble to the ground after they realize they don't have an upper body anymore.
Well, that was a real rib tickler. And I could adjust to kind of block this other one from getting in front of Dorvan.
All right.
Because they've already jumped off a cliff, I don't need them getting stabbed.
Here's the pun that you made and goes, Alex.
What?
All right.
You bitch at the
bowman.
dice gods, and somehow it works, guys. Chris, you should try it.
The bowmen are actually putting down their bows at the signal of the captain, as he does not want any of them shooting you.
They're not gonna hit me.
No, but he doesn't want to risk them shooting anyone else. He doesn't want to get an earful from Hogor if one of his kids gets shot.
Oh.
As the weasel climbs the wall, going at the skeletons.
Basically, the noises of a.
It makes angry ferret noises.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, Corin, your attack. Yep. One in front.
The one that the mount attack, so it's probably a bit damaged as well.
Unfortunately, neither of those hit. Rumel.
Just wait a turn, guys. I can get in prime position.
You're in a prime position, you say.
Wait until next turn. Then I can provide 2 amounts of flanking.
I see where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Get there before you could.
Oh, sorry, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yep, it's your move, Rumel.
Okay, so
Going
my
to the
character will
long
just
round.
turn back. We'll look at the one that basically went to go swing at him and miss. I don't like you. Go away. Damn it. Just cockily shoot the flame out again, just go right between the ribs. Huh, I guess I should swing it. Yeah, that always worked better. And then probably miss with a 6 touch. Okay, cool.
All right then. As the captain drops his bow to the top of the wall, and he's going to decide to help. As he grabs his shields, takes a 5-foot step off the wall.
Into a tree.
Nope, onto the ground. He just falls through the branches, breaking them off.
Crunch.
When he takes
Wow!
No.
And that's why you should never do the Superman landing.
What about the
I
Shit,
heard it's
then
bad
I
on
would
your
think for
knees.
Superman landing.
What about snow?
This is
Not-
making it not
Not when you're
2d6,
wearing
it's a
a
soft
full
landing.
set of stone plates.
Yeah, no, he's gonna go right through snow and turn it into a liquid.
As he walks up to this skeleton, he's just going to make one attack with his dwarven war chief. As the skeleton rears back. Not one. Doravan. The captain has joined the fray.
And
these skeletons are talking.
I am going to make a touch attack attempt on the Skelly Boy here.
All right.
Except I'm not doing an attack. I'm just going to roll it as an attack. It's actually going to be a touch attack for my lay on hands, the one that's actually lay on hands and does work
Yep.
against undead, not
As
the
I
healer's
figured,
way.
roll it.
Okay, give me a second to find the right thing. There. That actually even will roll the right amount of damage.
Yeah, 19 will hit touch.
Nice. So yeah, 2 positive energy to the skeleton.
Okay. That one. And that one's been damaged, actually, so it's. As you hear it. As you hear it hiss, its ice begins to crack, its bones begin to crack. It turns into a pile of dust and bone chips. Free at last. Skeletons.
They gonna die.
As they are focused on the warm man.
They are very focused on the
With a 2 and an 11, they swing at him.
They're apparently chasing his sword because it's the worm thing.
Yes.
Swinging
And-
at it as it dissipates.
And with that, Shezzy.
Because I actually have a 50-foot movement?
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20 to there.
I believe you're supposed to make a ride check, and you basically move your mount for free, and if you don't, you technically spend your move action to get it to spend its move action.
Either
Like
way,
you kind of...
I'm still moving.
Yeah.
25, 30, 35, 45 to there. Can I still do an attack with the mount?
Alright.
As long as you
Attacking that
didn't
one with
go
the
over
mount,
something.
and then shooting that one.
Alright. Roll. Roll dog damage.
Well, doggo damage, or wolf bow damage. Count as damage.
Fluffer pupper.
Pupper damage! Pupper gets upper damage.
Bites onto the leg of the skeleton and shakes it apart like a chew toy.
And there's nothing.
There's only one left.
Yep.
As the only thing that is heard from the skeleton is, no, the heat. And this one also falls. Its last words unheard.
Yeah. At the last one dropping, Shizzy, you know the thing where like a gunslinger like just spins their gun.
Mm-hmm.
She
That is
totally
very
spins the gun,
fitting.
and she
And-
just pulses it. Like
And
there's
with that,
nothing.
combat is
Like
over.
there's nothing there.
And he'll turn around and still has that shitty grin, even though he's covered in blood, and there's like a big old scrape across his forehead where a jagged scimitar ran
You're not even
down.
covered in blood. You're covered in steaming cuts.
Yeah, there you go.
First thing
Stupid
Doravan's
smile.
going to do is pop a couple of heals on him until he comes up to a good amount of hit points.
Ah, thank you, Dorvan. You're as reliable as ever, even after these years.
Shizzy's
It's just my nature. I do what I'm good at, and most of that is keeping you guys from doing the things that make you dead.
Shizzy casually gets the mount to casually walk towards her brothers. I'd say brothers, and mutters, "Were you hearing what they were saying?"
I'm pretty much good at that point.
That
Something
doesn't
about
seem
release,
right.
dead,
No, that is right.
warm.
That is right. Because it's 1d6 plus my charisma modifier, so that does. So yeah, okay, yeah. Donovan just walks up, puts a hand on your wounds, and light glows from under his fingers, and your wounds seal themselves up.
Oh, thank goodness my face stayed the same.
Yeah, she's
Gonna roll
asking,
this.
pointing at the what was left of them,
All right.
and was
Captain will do that. You'd actually see the captain take out a fairly intact skull. I'm going to have to take this to the temple of Serenray for examination.
she's
I
pointing at the
may I attempt another knowledge religion check, possibly with a bonus, to examine these skeletons myself?
Now that you have remains, you've heard what they were saying, you were fighting them, and with Corin's assistance, Corin, you have a roll to assist. Dorvan roll with a +2 on top of his religion assist of +2.
So
Fancy.
+4.
If I was a religious human, I would do that. But I'm not.
Only if only.
Alright.
Yikes. Okay.
Okay. As you look at these remains, you look at the weapons, you look at the broken, damaged chain shirts, you find a few things in common. Not just with your religion check, but with just looking at them. You see the city's crest on many of these items. But it's old. It was updated at one. The city's crest had been updated in the past few years.
Okay. So Doravan would be familiar with both, very familiar with both crests.
Yes. Your guess is it's about 50 or so years old, maybe older.
Ah, so it's from before Doravan even came to town. It's that kind of old. That's interesting.
Yes. Secondly, the armor and weapons. A lot of this was pretty standard gear among the soldiers of the city a few years ago. But there really aren't many records from that time at the moment publicly available. Only the mayor really has access to that kind of info. From what you know. As to why these things were talking, whatever raised them, they were clearly raised from a place where a lot of people died. There was a lot of fragments of dead, angry, and very lost and cold spirits attached to these skeletons.
What the?
I relay what information I ascribed from the pieces, going over each piece in detail to the others so that they can understand what I'm coming to on my conclusions, including especially making sure I explain everything in detail to the guard captain before he leaves.
So that makes more sense why their bones crumbled whenever they simply got hit with a flame instead of just turning colors.
Yeah,
I've seen burnt bone before. They don't burn like that.
Yes, Corin, yes, we must bury them. We must give them their sacraments. If we do not, they will most likely return with the next cycle of whatever is causing this.
The captain actually looks to you. I will have my men gather the remains.
Even better.
Thank you, guard captain.
The temple of Serenray will be able to perform the last rites. These men,
I suggest we make a trip to the mayor.
Perhaps.
What brought them?
Yes,
I was gonna say,
I
I could have
agree.
given them free
I,
cremation.
I agree. The mayor is most likely going to be the best source of information we can get.
Yeah. Listening to what Doran says, Chezzy kind of twitches an ear and says, "Whoever did this is." Ugh. She just waves her hands
Yeah.
out like
That is a very accurate description, said Shezzy. Whatever did this is. Bleh. And he literally says it in exactly the same tone Shezzy does, chuckles, and heads in towards the city, since the gates are probably open by now.
Alex will repeat the exact tone of voice and way Shezzy said.
Yes. All right. So you enter
Like,
the city.
I would have
Guards
asked
gather the
before we left.
Go on.
Could not.
I would have asked, do you guys mind if I recycle their equipment? It looks very broken and degraded, and well,
A warrior
it's
always
useful
buried with
material.
his weapons. Taking them would
We
be
could very. Yeah,
Um,
no, and these are not worth saving. Let the iron be returned to the earth with the man who wore it to his death.
There you go. All right.
If we take anything from these men, they will no doubt return. Whatever is doing this is very powerful, by my guess.
All right.
And
Then.
Alex is already on their way over to the mayor.
fact,
And
I'm
Doravan is going to go with Alex as well.
So for the
yeah,
party,
there you go.
I'm going to play out one last scene for you, and then we're going to call it for the night. So, as you wander through the town, Dorvan Hronk kind of wanders back to the bar. He wants to sleep.
No
He's a
doubt.
sleepy boy.
My weasel is no doubt hidden somewhere in my cloak by this point.
Yeah, no,
Yes, that is
he's
true.
under your collar next to your neck, where it's the warmest.
Boob Weasel!
As
The nice thing is I never need a shawl or a scarf. Weasels serve a much better job at this.
the question.
yes.
I'm gonna ask a
Now, if you
question.
could place
Would the-
yourselves
would-
here around the center of town.
Would the question? I'm gonna ask a question. Would the weasel, before going to Doravan for its rest, have gone to Shezzy for like a little scritch underneath the chin?
Probably would have said hi, yes.
It would have at least chittered at you.
You gotta get a good little scritch. Because
No.
I believe that aren't weasels technically rodents?
No, they're mustelids, which basically means weasel. They are their entire own family, and they are freaking awesome.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I'm wondering if rodent empathy would affect it.
Nope,
No.
Nope.
absolutely not. They are predators to rodents. If anything, your rodent empathy would respond with, "Oh God, be afraid."
Although it knows that she's not gonna hurt it.
No. Your rodent empathy would tell your instinctive brain would tell you, "Oh God, it's a predator. Be afraid."
Yes, but at the same time,
That's
she
what
knows
you
this
would
animal.
get from a weasel.
Yep.
Yes, but at
That
the same
may
time,
be, but your instinctive response to a weasel would be, "Run away, hide. Oh God, we're all going to die."
yes. But so it's a reluctant like offer for scratches. Always been reluctant, even though she knows it'd protect her if need be.
Well, Doravan's always told you not to trust it because it's a tricksy little bastard.
Yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
as
actually, the ferret's name is Ryatop, which is draconic for tricky, or trickster.
Yeah, Shizzy doesn't know Draconic. She just goes, okay.
all right.
Around it's tricky. Tricky.
So I'm gonna just set you guys kind of where you are. Because as you guys kind of hit the center of town, little weasel at your feet. Get back to normal, weasel.
Control Z.
Yeah, Shezzy won't be riding the mount anymore, so you know.
It's
Like,
tricky.
There you go. Thank you. So, Ronk,
If I was the first one to leave, I'd be in the lead.
hold on. I'm feeling you're being pretty casual in the way there seems to be no trouble. Bronk's just kind of wandering in this direction. As you cross the town square, it's been a few minutes since you passed the wall. I want everyone to make me a quick perception check. Actually, hold on. You don't need to. As you hear, for a brief moment, bells from the wall you just left, and the sound of wood splintering.
what?
Yeah. Get out of here now. That's not good.
As
That's the bad thing. The bad thing is happening now. We need this not to be happening.
If you look behind you, you see this 10-foot tall colossus of multiple bones and skeletons charging you. Hronk hears the noise and takes off braying towards the end. And as I change the music,
We're so fucked.
this is where we end the session for tonight.
Good boy! Good boy, Huron! You stay in the end! Sweet Jesus, stay in the end!
So glad I could probably go fight that thing. It's not gonna be fun, but I can do it.
I can
I'm
turn
so
back a
glad
cocky
I-
smile.
I'm so
Ooh,
glad
remember
I
that.
healed people at the end of the last battle.
I didn't get touched.
No, there was just one of us who seemed to have a problem with being a sword magnet.
And with that, I end the